very good morning to everybody on this Saturday, the 20th of June, 2020. All the 20s today. And of course, today is officially the first day of summer. Many thanks to everybody who watches my videos. Or what you're looking at there is the Metropole Hotel, because we're just on top now of that crazy Gulf. There we are. There's the crazy Gulf, which is in the care now of Blackpool Street Angels. And this is to introduce my video for Sunday. That's tomorrow, the 21st of June, 2020. There is quite a lot in this week's video. I'm very pleased with it. A couple of days, in fact more like 3 days, was a washout for me. However, I was very lucky the other couple of days that I went out, and I do hope that you enjoy this one. All our usual visits to the builds and our usual invites, and also a roller skating clip, a young lady and her mother. I was very lucky with this one, and with this view of this angler casting out, I'm going to start the video off now, thanking everybody again for what they do for me, and as said, I hope you enjoy this one. Thank you awfully. Bye bye now. Bye bye everybody. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you. Welcome everybody, and what a surprise I had on my visit to the Sands Venue Resort Hotel today. I was not prepared for this. Very interesting scenes indeed. We must visit first the side closest to the Blackpool Tower. And please have a look at this marvellous progress here. Now this is for all the pedestrians and the guests of this Sands Venue Resort Hotel. In front is another secondary entrance to the venue. And here we can see a couple of contractors on an access lift. We must move on now to the opposite side, the first side, closest to the amusement arcade. And here we are, looking at that new restaurant and actual bar at the side of the front of this building. And here was my surprise. As you can see, all the barriers, all the protective security barriers, all being taken down. Every single piece of all the panelling here, right up to the blue shed, all being taken down, and it will leave the field totally exposed with lovely clear views to it. We will start our walk along this first side, closest to the amusement arcade, and in front you will see a tradesman taking down one of the panels here. Now as said, they're all coming down today. And another view of that restaurant and bar. There's the panelling there, all being taken down. And I'm just going to show you the main road and all the cars passing by, just to make sure you know where we have been. This is our Wednesday walkabout. In fact, It's a Wilco Wednesday walkabout. Another surprise for me, very much like the one I had on Monday. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I really hope you enjoy this one. Thank you for visiting. Now, first of all, I will try to explain where we are. Now, that's Queen Street right down the bottom. And across the road now, you see the second side of the enormous Wilco building. Now, this side is not very often videoed or filmed. It's always the side with the Wilco sign on. Now, I hope you know where we are now, and as you can see, the work here to knock this actual Wilco store down has started. These blocks will support all the security fencing. Yes, another major surprise for the town of Blackpool today. Now, as we progress our walk along this side, on the left-hand side, the opposite side, you will see the very well-known premises of the Flying Handbag. So now you will know exactly where we are. And you can see some of the wire fencing here, some of the wire security fencing already in place along this road now. All this security fencing must go round the whole of the premises to protect not only all the tradesmen and workers, but also the public. Opposite, you will recognise the car park.
Morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is going to be quite a job, isn't it?
And our first sign of all the blue, lovely panelling here, protective panelling. This will go all along the road here.
Morning. Morning. This will keep you quiet, this job.
What's that, sorry?
This will keep you quiet.
Oh, definitely. Keep us busy.
It keeps you busy.
And right opposite was the car park entrance and exit. We need to turn around at the corner now, and we are at the rear now of the Wilco store. And just a few paces down, and I will be able to show you exactly where we are. Look across the road, the big store of Sainsbury's, and opposite that, the train station. Very good morning to everybody on this overcast Friday of the 19th of June. Now it looks like I have got a window of 3 hours to take you around all the builds for our usual Friday visits. So I have to get started now. Thank you for joining me, and you may find this all very interesting. Hello everybody. Now we have travelled to our furthest venue, and that is the side of the Wilco store in Queen Street. Now we visited here on the Monday, and please have a look at what has happened. All these security panels and fencing to protect the public and also the contractors are all in place. This is quite a long road where this side of the Wilco store is, and every inch protected with these new panels. Oh, please notice also the colours of those cones. They match the colours of the boards. Can you see them? Blue and white cones. This speaks volumes. Very interesting, this. Yes, you would have seen them in the first part of this clip. Now we're coming towards the gates now. Now the gates shield all the buildings here, all the porter cabins for all the managers and all the contractors at all levels to be able to work on this taking down of this giant Wilco store. We move on now to our next venue. Just a short distance finds us at our next venue, which is Topping Street. This is part of Topping Street that will meet up virtually with the Winter Gardens, just to let you know roughly where we are. And this part of Topping Street remains the only section now to be completed. And then there's one magnificent road and pavement job here that has taken place. Oh, there's a walkway there which the contractors have made to get you from one side of the road to the other, should you want it. Now, I'm keeping the camcorder at shop level height, so as you can see all the businesses available to you along this part of Topping Street. Now, I'm going to walk down here, walk down this walkthrough, so as I can show the other side of the road that has this very, very short parade of nicely done 3 shops at the end. We have seen these many times. However, I think they're very nice. And after this view, we must progress then to our next venue. Just a short little distance to our next venue. There's St John's Church there. So yes, you are quite right. Our next venue is Blackpool's Conference Centre and Hotel. And it is looking very, very well this morning. A lot of internal work here, obviously, and you will hopefully pick up a couple of contractors attending to a ceiling here. And very grateful for our extended view, because as said last time, some of the panels were taken down here, so we get extra view at another angle. We have 3 views to this build. This is the first one, so now we will progress to the second one. Have just checked with the security officer, and it is okay to make a video from our usual second venue here of this build of the conference centre and hotel. 200 plus rooms here will be available, and a complete view of the build here. Coming along ever so nicely. We will now just move a few paces along for our third view. And here we are, as promised, our third and final view of this build. And with this, we will move on now from this build of Blackpool's Conference Centre and Hotel, thanking them for the visit. On our way to the Premier Inn, just in time to catch Tony outside of his shop, the Bread Basket. Good morning, Tony. Now, this must mean then we are at the start of Clifton Street, and we will find ourselves now right on top of the build of the Premier Inn. We can all now see the view of the back of this build of the Premier Inn. A full-length view available here today. When this lorry passes, I'll take you across the road to show you what I can at ground level into this build. It won't be much, however, I will do my best to show what I can. We must not forget to view this white generator and the blue hoist. Very, very important to this build. Never a moment's trouble, either of them. Just a few paces taken, and we then find ourselves with a view of the side elevation of this building. Walking a few steps to my left will take us to the front of the build. This is where the entrance to the hotel and the restaurant will be. And I just cannot wait until I can show you a view of this front of the build without the scaffold. We now move on from here, thanking the Premier Inn for this visit. On passing this stall to our next venue, these lilies, an amazing smell and scent coming from them, so very strong and lovely. I had to stop and also include all these other lovely flowers. And a goodbye to you as well, and thank you for this. Thank you. We are back on the seafront now from where we started this Friday. And in front now is a view of the Sands Venue Resort Hotel. Today I can give you a complete tour of the front and the back and the two sides. After crossing the road, we can see in front a view of the new restaurant and actual bar at the side of this building here, and also two specialist window cleaners. Lots to show you from our visit today here. Yes, what a surprise this was to myself on our visit Monday, which you have seen earlier in this video. All the panels all taken down, and as you can see, new security placed here, and it goes all along this side of the build. So this building now, this wonderful build, is fully exposed, and it's a joy to see all the windows all nicely in place, all the glass fitted, and also the work started outside for the footpath. I will just give you a view of the whole of this side, showing all the glass all in place, and again a view of the work for the footpath. Oh, and I think we can just catch this. A lot of work here. Again, at this build, we see the scissor lifts all in operation. 2 of them here, I think. I was very lucky and pleased to get this. As you can see, there's a contractor in that cradle. Now we're going to call it a cradle, and here is the plant machinery that in fact he is operating from within his cradle. He's going where he wants, when he wants, via his own operation. And you can see him adjusting everything in his cradle, and he's now arrived at ground level. Isn't that interesting? Man and modern technology working together. And after crossing the road, I can show you a view of the rear of this build, and it stands perfect and proudly with all its cladding, all its glass and all its cross members in place. A nice build this. Pretty and perfect. We now progress to the second side of this build, the side closest to Blackpool town. And there's a view of the whole length of this side. Have simply crossed the road to show you a view of this side. Now, if I can, I want to point out something that's coming into view at the moment. It's at ground level. Now, it's just coming into view now, and can you please see the what we'll call the asphalt area and the curbing? Now, the curbing is for the road area, and we'll call it the asphalt, and the little blocks, that is for the cycle area and the footpath. Yes, the road area will go back to the curbing, and past the curbing to the building is for the footpath and the cycle area. Now, with these views now, which will be coming up, this will complete our view today of the whole of the build of the Sands Venue Resort Hotel. We thank them for the visit, and now we must move on. So very pleased that the rain has held off. However, it will arrive in just a short time. Yes, ever so lucky to get this 3 hours that I was promised. Easily making up for the bad Wednesday and Thursday I had due to the rain. Yes, I'm so very pleased. We're just going to make it previous to the rain. And our last venue is this exciting project at the West Coast Rock Cafe. And here we are. We have an invite, as usual, from Adam to visit this. There's Adam's sign there. We have an invite, as per usual. So we'll go inside now.
We are inside now, and all I have to do is to put my security hat on. There we are, that's on now. So I'm all safe and sound. Now, the first thing that we see is that far wall there. Now, during this week, there has been a full-time plasterer here, and that's all dried out, and at the moment there is a full-time painter here, and he's now finishing it off in a lovely shade of white. So that's the first thing that we notice within this transformation, and what a lovely one it is as well. Please notice the bar. Now, this bar is not yet obviously finished, but I can walk you down it.
Oh, yeah.
And as we progress further down, we can see the area of the kitchen. And this is the serving hatch here. Everything all new here. The ceilings, the walls, the wiring. I just tried to show you a full length of this very nice ceiling. And you're about to see this wall here now. Now, I've just been told this is in fact the original wall. It didn't need any plastering. It's just received 2 lovely coats of white paint. And progressing round here now, we see the areas of the toilets. And as you can see, as with everywhere else in this renovation, everything from A to Z is new and freshly painted. Well, that is our weekly visit to this extension.
Yeah, I got to this corner and
So,
waiting on the...
Adam's just returned. I'm just going to thank him for allowing the video, and I wish them all well with this lovely transformation. Thank you.